Hi there, this is Kathy from Your Healthy Self. I'm going to talk to you today about doctors and the food industry and why they shouldn't be trusted. So doctors, we think they have all the answers. We go along for an appointment, we've got a problem, we say, doctor, please can you help me? I have got this problem and I really need some help with it. And what they do is they look at what you're doing, they send you for tests, they do whatever, and then they prescribe drugs. Now doctors, in general, learn about disease and illness and what to prescribe. So they don't learn about how to actually improve it. They don't learn about how to actually get to the bottom of the problem. They actually just learn how to prescribe for a particular illness and a particular disease. So actually not really healing anybody, just masking the problem. Now I'm not saying that doctors should be completely got rid of. They actually have a real purpose and they have saved millions of lives, well, billions of lives over the time. But we have to be careful what they are giving us. It's okay to go along to an appointment, maybe find out what's wrong, whatever, but then maybe to look deeper and to look at more natural cures. There are a lot of cures of a lot of things that we could do naturally, even just through nutrition, through lots of alternative therapies and things like that, not necessarily just through medicine. Just when you've got a headache, don't just pop a pill. You know, maybe we need to look into this a little bit more, and each time we get ill, just do a bit more research, not necessarily Googling everything and then finding out that you think you're going to die, but just to look into it a little bit more and find out that if there's actually a more natural cure for some of the stuff we've got, especially some of the really simple stuff. I think there's plenty of stuff that we can do to actually help cure ourselves. So the food industry actually is, they spend more money and do more research than I think the doctors do. They literally are analysing our habits and our weaknesses so they can sell more of the stuff that they want to sell to us. So, and generally it's bad stuff. It turns out that it's something like £1 billion is spent every year on advertising food for the food industry, and less than 1% of that is on vegetables. Now that breaks my heart, it really breaks my heart. And the 5-a-day campaign that everybody really knows about is brilliant, everybody's heard about it, but actually we're buying less vegetables than we were a few years ago. So it's just not working. There needs to be a better way to actually do it. So between the food industry and the doctors, we're getting nowhere really. So the best way, I think, is for us to understand that they're not helping us, that nobody's helping us. The food industry are just in it for the money, purely. And the doctors are just in it to try and save lives, but maybe not doing it in the right way. I mean, they're well-intentioned, definitely, but there are other ways and there are better ways to do it. So we need to sort of try and take back control. We need to learn to understand our bodies, to read our bodies, to know when things are going wrong, and know in ourselves how we can help ourselves, you know, by taking more rest, by taking more vitamins, by eating better, by doing more exercise, and all those things. There's so much we can actually do to make things better, to make our health better. And we're just not really doing those things. We get ill, we go to the doctors, we take the pills, and then we think everything's going to be okay. But it is just masking the problem. And the more pills you take, the more medicine you take, the more your body forgets to heal itself, because actually that is what it does. It will heal itself given the time. So we need to take back control. We need to really not or try and avoid the suggestions of the food industry. You know, when you go along to the shops and you just want to buy healthy stuff, really stick to it and don't just think, oh, this is on offer, I'm going to buy something, you know, it's unhealthy or whatever. Just try and stick to it, to a healthy regime. And when you next go to the doctors, try and think about how maybe you could heal yourself. Get a diagnosis if you want, but maybe try and find other ways to do it. There's lots of different illnesses and there's lots of different cures. And in the old days, we cured things quite happily without stuff. In the war, before antibiotics came in, they sent out tons and tons of garlic because it's a natural antibiotic. There's things like tea tree, which is a natural antibacterial, which can help with all sorts of infections. You know, there's absolutely a myriad of stuff, and there is so much information out there. In the old days, they just knew all this stuff. They knew that beetroot was good for your blood. They knew that carrots were good for your eyes. They just knew without all the research. But nowadays, they're not really sharing that stuff with. They're just trying to pump all the bad stuff in us, and that is then in turn sending us to the doctors, and then we're getting the medicines, and it's a vicious circle. So we need to stand up to this. We need to put our two fingers up at the whole lot and say, right, I'm going to try and do this myself, and I'm going to make things better. And that today is my lesson. So if you're interested in hearing more, I've got a lot more to share. I've got a lot more information and real proper information that actually is going to help you, like why certain things are good for you and how we can do stuff. So if you want to get more information, please subscribe.